The European Parliament voted on the Brexit trade agreement with Great Britain. The MEPs did not hide their distrust of Boris Johnson. It seems to be an unwritten rule. Without Michel Barnier, the European Parliament cannot debate Brexit. He has not been the EU chief negotiator since February, but the 70-year-old was again at the lectern to vote on the trade pact with Great Britain that was concluded shortly before Christmas. He spoke of the long path that has been taken since the referendum in June 2016 and thanked the MEPs and EU members for their cooperation. Barnier, who is now advising Commission head Ursula von der Leyen, describes the UK's exit not only as a divorce and a warning. The EU must learn its lesson from this failure. The conference on the future of Europe, which starts in May and in which citizens should formulate their expectations of the EU, is the ideal forum for this, says Barnier. The fact that there's a standing ovation after his speech in the sparsely occupied plenary hall shows the appreciation for the French. But it can also be interpreted as a longing for values such as transparency and reliability that Barnier embodies, and I have to add patience, and that many MEPs across the English Channel miss. For the Christian Democrats, parliamentary group leader Manfred Weber from the Christian Social Union in Germany states that the treaty will be approved, and it was then. But we are concerned about its implementation because we do not trust the government of Johnson. There is no doubt that the necessary majority is in place and can be announced on Wednesday. That's what they said. The majority was 660 of 697 voted for it. Influential MEPs like Bernd Lange from the Social Democrats used the occasion to issue warnings. There must be no more unilateral action by the British government, otherwise we will not hesitate to use all the instruments of the agreement, says the head of the Trade Committee. Tariffs can be imposed or market access can be made more difficult. The EU has been complaining for a long time that London is violating the EU exit agreement of 2019, which is already in force and is not complying with special rules for Northern Ireland. In order to build up pressure here, the vote was delayed. Many in Brussels are concerned that violence has returned to the former civil war region. The EU Parliament's Brexit Commissioner, David McAllister from the German Christian Democratic Union, hopes that the agreement will be further developed, which leaves out foreign and security policy, for example. Von der Leyen emphasized that the trade treaty protects the rights of citizens, prevents significant breaks for the economy, and also safeguards the internal market and EU standards. Unilateral sanctions are possible via an arbitration mechanism if necessary. The agreement has teeth. The EU does not want to use them, but it will not hesitate in an emergency, threatens the Commission President. And she's absolutely right there after what we've seen with the meaning of a signature of Boris Johnson. That he signs a treaty doesn't mean that he wants to abide to that treaty. And just to say it again, yesterday the Parliament very late voted on that deal, and it was announced this morning. When you see this video, it was yesterday, and this morning immediately after it was published, I published something in my stories, which is a very new thing for me too. Yeah, of course, you know this from Insta and so, but for YouTube, because when you have more than 10,000 subscribers, you're allowed to use that. And I did it for the first time just to announce the results. So if there are any things like this, have a look if I have some stories out. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. And the stories was on my main channel, by the way. I almost forgot I'm on my European channel. So on my main channel, I have more than 10,000 subscribers. So I had to take a little detour right now. But still, if you want to stay informed, please also subscribe to this channel here. And I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.